What's up, what's going on, legends? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be jumping into the Warzone, specifically diving into Rebirth Island to check out the Milano 821 and decide whether or not it's a viable option for any of your loadouts here in Season 3. Now, obviously, at the beginning of Season 3, we received some pretty significant weapon changes that overall shifted the meta drastically, leading it to pretty much be the CR56 AMAX for a short time before they nerfed that as well, and some other weapons. And now we have a pretty open meta, allowing us to use a wide variety of weapons. And basically, at this point, we just have to decide which ones are above average and fall into that category of, you know, there are quite a few options that you can run and be successful with. And then there is those other options that we're going to be kind of putting into the other category that are just kind of average or below average. And it really just doesn't make a lot of sense to use them. So we're going to pretty much decide if the Milano 821 is in that category, basically deciding if it's worth using or not. And I'm also going to be sharing with you guys the best loadout or class setup so that you guys could be set up for success if you choose to run this weapon here in Season 3. But before we jump into the rest of the video, if you guys do enjoy this video at any time or find this content helpful in any way, make sure you guys show your support for the channel by going down below and smashing that like button. To go ahead and throw an easy goal of 50 likes on today's video, as well as if you guys want to find your way back to the channel for more Cold War or Warzone content, make sure you guys do hit that subscribe button alongside that notification bell. Now let's go ahead and jump right into it. First and foremost, let's go ahead and get this loadout taken care of. So let's go ahead and jump into the attachments that we're running with our Milano 821 here in Season 3. Alrighty, so for our attachments here, for the first attachment, our muzzle, we are rocking the sound suppressor. Originally, I was running the agency suppressor, but obviously with the recent change to the sound suppressor, I'd be crazy not to tell you guys to switch it up and use this instead, because it does help the sound suppression ADS speed, bullet velocity, and sprint to fire speed, which is pretty significant for an SMG. For the barrel, we're running the 10.6-inch task force, helping us with effective damage range, bullet velocity, and strafe speed. Then for the stock, I'm running the Raider stock. ADS firing move speed, aim walking movement speed, and sprint to fire speed time is increased with a small, obviously, decrease in your hip fire, but that's not a big deal at all. For the ammunition, the must run Stanag 55-round drum. Do not run the fast version of it. Doesn't make enough of a difference for it to be used. And obviously, you guys don't want to have, more negatives than you need. Underbarrel running the SFOD speed grip, allowing us to sprint a little bit quicker, or allows us to increase that sprinting movement speed. And then also horizontal recoil control, which is kind of helpful, especially because we're running that task force barrel. All right, so now you guys know exactly what loadout or class setup to be running here in Season 3 if you choose to run the Milano. But let's talk a little bit about the weapon. Really, the low recoil helps this weapon out a ton. It doesn't have a very fast fire rate, and I think overall the damage output just really isn't enough, so it kind of falls under the radar a little bit. But I do think it matters in some circumstances because some people are going to find this weapon really useful, especially if they have an easier time controlling this recoil as opposed to another weapon where they're not as good controlling the recoil, so they're not actually hitting the shots, being able to take the benefit of how much better the other weapon might be. So in some circumstances, I think it's super easy to use. I think obviously it has low recoil, which means you're going to be able to control it easily, and I think you're going to be able to hit more shots. However, I do think it's going to take more shots to kill. So unfortunately, I think this just falls under, the Uzi type situation from a Modern Warfare, where these two weapons are just not quite there. They're not good enough to want to actually put on a class and run consistently. Now, the big picture is, obviously, you can do great with any weapon, given the right lobby, given the right circumstances, given the right situations, and I actually did pretty well in today's gameplay that I'm sharing with you guys, so I do think that it kind of reflects that the weapon can do well. However, I do think, considering you have the PPSH, the MAC-10, and some of those other SMGs that are kind of just above this, doesn't really make a lot of sense to put the Milano on class. At this point, when you have the Milano and the MAC-10, it just makes no sense not to choose the MAC-10. But it doesn't mean that the Milano isn't a fun weapon to use. Doesn't mean you guys shouldn't go out there and give it a shot. Make sure you guys stay tuned through the gameplay. You guys will see exactly what this weapon is worth, and it does provide some value in the right situations. I think that this kind of still falls under the radar, where it's not going to really, have enough value to want to be used on any of your loadouts, but it is a really consistent, reliable, easy to use weapon if you guys are looking for something like that to run on your loadout. But that's going to wrap things up for us here. Like I said, thank you guys for all tuning in to today's video. Thank you guys for all the support on the channel. I look forward to seeing y'all in the next one. Peace.
Enemy cluster strike incoming. Enemy marked. Victory rests on your shoulders. Finish the mission. Enemy dropping into the air.
They're in front of me. I'm plating. He did not see me. How did that happen?
back at it.
Oh my God, boys, I need help.
Enemy dropping into the AO. Gas is inbound. Marking new safe zone.
Right there.
Moving here. Never mind.
He's trying to get his teammate right here.
Target right here.
I hear him. Nice job. That's the kill confirmed. That's not him. That's not his teammate. There's one more. There has to be one more at least. Yep, 39 meters. Two of them. Right here.
Frag out.
He's right here.
Got that bitch.
I don't know if I'm gonna make it in. I gotta run up these fucking stairs.
Victory rests on your shoulders. Finish the mission. Gas is moving in. New safe zone located.
Jesus Christ, Chad, you scared the crap out of me. Oh, yeah, there's people up here. Yep.
I'm dead. Why would you let?
Two of them, I downed one and then killed him, and then downed another, and then there's two more. They're all hiding behind the air conditioner on top of that. They're all behind that thing. Got them all.
Finish the job.
Enemy marked. Shit, they're on me. Got your back.
Let's go, bro. I was cooking that match, bro. Let's see the scoreboard. Chad, did you get like 20 or what? Those dudes behind the air conditioner cracked me up.